Have you ever imagined a lake so caustic that it petrifies everything it touches? Welcome to Lake Natron. Nestled in the shadows of the Gregory Rift in northern Tanzania, Lake Natron is not your typical vacation destination. Its striking, surreal waters paint a picture of Mars, more than Earth, glowing in shades of deep red and orange due to the thriving microorganisms that live in its alkaline waters. This lake's otherworldly beauty is framed by a harsh, desolate landscape that stretches as far as the eye can see, scattered with the hardened statues of birds and other creatures that made the fatal mistake of touching its lethal waters. But it's not just the scenery that catches the eye, it's the extreme environment. The water's pH can soar to levels as high as 12, similar to that of ammonia. While its inhospitable shores rarely welcome life, they are paradoxically a breeding ground for one resilient inhabitant, the lesser flamingo, which thrives in these hostile conditions. But what makes Lake Natron truly unique is not just its appearance. It's the lake's deadly chemical makeup. Diving into the chemistry of Lake Natron, what secrets does its waters hold? Nestled in the shadow of towering volcanoes, Lake Natron is far more than a picturesque body of water. It's a chemical powerhouse, a concoction brewed by the Earth's fiery underbelly. The key ingredients? Sodium carbonate decahydrate, commonly known as natron and sodium bicarbonate. These aren't just table salt's distant cousins, they're transformative substances that rise from the volcanic ash scattered throughout this region. Imagine the Earth here as a colossal natural chemist. Volcanic eruptions send ash skyward, which eventually settles in and around Lake Natron. Over time, rainwater leaches chemicals out of this ash. This brew is then funneled into the lake, where it dissolves and radically transforms the water's chemistry. The result is an environment with a pH as high as 10.5. To put that into perspective, that's more alkaline than the ammonia found in many household cleaning products, and only slightly less caustic than bleach. It's a harsh, inhospitable environment for most forms of life. The high alkalinity feels soapy to the touch, due to the presence of dissolved minerals. But why does this matter? This extreme alkalinity is a natural fortress, protecting the lake from invasive species. Most aquatic creatures can't survive in such conditions, leaving the lake largely uninhabited. However, some specialized algae and bacteria thrive here, painting the lake a striking red and orange during certain times of the year. Moreover, this unique chemical makeup has an eerie preserving effect on those few animals that venture into or fall into the lake. The high levels of natron literally turn them into stone-like figures, calcifying them in a natural mummification process. This has created an almost mythical aura around Lake Natron, as if it's a collector of calcified trophies. This potent chemical mix doesn't just deter most life forms, it actively preserves them in a calcified state. Imagine birds turning into statues. This isn't a mythical curse, but a reality at Lake Natron. Nestled in the shadow of the Great Rift Valley, this lake is not just a body of water but a natural phenomenon that blurs the line between life and a petrified stillness. As we delve deeper into the peculiarities of Lake Natron, it becomes clear how its unique chemical makeup contributes to an extraordinary natural process. The lake's waters boast an extremely high alkalinity, with pH levels reaching as high as 12, akin to that of ammonia. This is primarily due to the volcanic ash from the surrounding highlands that enriches the lake with sodium carbonate and baking soda. This harsh chemical environment becomes a preserving agent for those who meet their end in its waters. When birds and other animals unfortunately plunge into Lake Natron, they are subjected to a rapid and intense calcification. The natron, a naturally occurring mixture of sodium carbonate decahydrate and sodium bicarbonate, infiltrates their bodies, effectively turning them into stone. Over time, these calcified creatures wash ashore, perfectly preserved down to the minutest details, like feathers and beaks, creating an astonishing yet somber spectacle. The sight is both mesmerizing and eerie as these lifelike statues appear forever poised on the brink of motion, a freeze frame of life caught in time. These calcified figures eerily adorn the lake's shores, a macabre gallery of nature's unintended art. While Lake Natron is a death trap for many, it's not devoid of life. In fact, amidst its scorching waters and caustic shores, a peculiar ecosystem has carved out a niche of survival that almost seems defiant in its existence. Let's delve into this extraordinary habitat. The lake's water, with pH levels reaching as high as 12, is anathema to most life forms. However, it is the perfect breeding ground for certain types of extremophile algae. These algae not only survive but thrive in such alkaline conditions, painting the lake in vibrant shades of red and orange. This spectacle is not just a visual marvel, but the base of the food web here. One might assume that no bird could possibly consider such a place hospitable. Yet the lesser flamingo turns this assumption on its head. These resilient birds have not only adapted to but depend on Lake Natron for breeding. The caustic environment significantly reduces the presence of predators, providing a safe haven for their nests. The flamingos feed on the abundant algae, which is rich in carotenoids, enhancing their pink hue, a sign of good health and a successful adaptation. The breeding cycle of these flamingos is a testament to the tenacity of life. Every year, thousands of chicks are born, most of which survive, ensuring the continuation of their species. It's a remarkable display of life's adaptability. Indeed, Lake Natron, with its harsh conditions, underscores a profound truth. Life finds a way, even in the most inhospitable places on Earth. Now, what would happen if a person jumped into these caustic waters? Imagine for a moment taking a plunge into Lake Natron, a body of water that is anything but ordinary. The immediate sensation wouldn't be the refreshing coolness one might expect from a lake. Instead, it would be an alarming burn. The lake's water has an extraordinarily high pH, often recorded at over 12, similar to that of bleach. Upon contact, the alkaline water would start to irritate the skin almost instantly. This isn't your usual pool water irritation. We're talking about a severe chemical burn that could cause significant harm to the epidermis, the outer layer of skin. The lake's hostile waters would begin to react with the fatty acids in the skin, turning them into soap in a process known as saponification. Yes, quite literally your skin would start turning into soap, which could lead to horrific painful injuries. But the danger doesn't end there. If any water were to be ingested, the very high pH could wreak havoc internally as well. It would begin to damage the soft tissues within the mouth, throat, and esophagus. The scenario gets grimmer if the alkaline water reaches the stomach, as it could cause severe internal burns and potentially fatal disturbances in the body's acid-base balance. Given these conditions, it's clear why Lake Natron is devoid of most aquatic life, save for some extremophile algae and bacteria. The lake's ecosystem is simply too hostile for typical life forms, including humans. For anyone considering a dip in Lake Natron, it's crucial to understand that this is not a place for recreational swimming. The necessary safety measures would include staying well away from the water. Even researchers and photographers who visit this lake take extreme precautions, ensuring minimal contact with its toxic waters. Jumping into Lake Natron? A perilous idea that could have severe, if not fatal, consequences. Lake Natron, a stunning but stark reminder of nature's dual nature, creator and destroyer. This unique lake, nestled under the brooding gaze of Old Doño Lengai, is a masterpiece of geological and chemical phenomena. Its waters, caustic enough to burn skin and calcify corpses, hold a pH level that can soar to 10, making its environment almost otherworldly. Yet, amidst these harsh conditions, life finds a way. Specialized algae and bacteria thrive, painting the lake in vibrant hues of red and orange. These microorganisms support a limited but adapted ecosystem, including the resilient lesser flamingo, which breeds almost exclusively here due to the lake's protective isolation. However, for those unadapted, Lake Natron poses severe risks. Its deceptive shallows and razor-sharp salt crust can easily become a trap for any who dare to tread too close. So next time you're tempted by the mystery of Lake Natron, admire its deadly beauty from a safe distance.